Hi, Barbara. Thanks again for joining us from your summertime, I think.
Well, yes, actually, yes, it's still summer, the end of summer.
Yes, so we're just in springtime. We've just come into spring here in New Zealand. We're getting very excited because all our tours start again very soon, next month.
Mm.
But you joined us over in New Zealand on one of our MoaTrek tours earlier this year, and we wanted to just hear a few things about it. But first of all, Barbara, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself or where you're from and what brought you to New Zealand?
Well, I was born in San Francisco. I now live in North Carolina, but I'm temporarily studying peace studies in Rome, which is where I am right now.
Very nice.
So,
That sounds like an interesting backstory, but Barbara, we have to maybe record another interview on that one. And when you came out to New Zealand, was that your first time to New Zealand?
it was a trip that I had wanted to go on since probably I was 18 years old. My father must have been there in that environs during the war, and I had heard stories about it all my life. And in some romanticized way, I knew that I always wanted to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
so your father was in New Zealand.
yeah, during the war, a long time
Oh,
ago.
wow,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
That must be that. Yeah, that must be a strong connection, a good reason to come and visit.
yeah.
And when you came out to New Zealand, so you joined us on one of our small group tours. Had you traveled on a tour before?
I've been on tours with my husband. I've been on river cruises and things like that, but I'd never done anything like this, and certainly never the length or alone.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, so
so
you traveled out by yourself.
I did, yes.
And what was it well, first of all, what was it that made you want to or decide to travel on a tour this time?
Well, this particular tour was of interest because it was a New Zealand company, and I thought it would be just wonderful, which it was. And it covered the span of New Zealand. There's no way I would have driven. There's no way I could have
Hmm.
seen everything that I did on my own. And I wanted to see as much as I could for as long as I could while I was
Yes.
there.
And before you came out, were there any particular places that you really knew you wanted to see, or any things that you really knew you wanted to do?
No, I'm somebody, facts just go out of my brain. I had two New Zealand guidebooks. I'd looked at them from time to time. They were so detailed, and without being there and seeing it, to me, it didn't mean anything. So, no,
Mm,
I would say not particularly. Just the beauty of the place. I think that was really the
mm.
overarching idea.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And just back one more question about the planning, before you arrived out here. Um, did you look at what was it that made you decide to join to come with MoaTrek?
As I was saying to you, the reason really had to do with the fact that it was a New Zealand company. I liked the program, and I liked the feel of the website, the whole thing. But of course, reading an itinerary can't tell you anything about what it'll be like in
Mm,
actual person, right? Yeah.
yes. I mean, MoaTrek started way back in 1971. So we've learned a few tricks along the way.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
And then, so getting to New Zealand, could you tell us about the tour and just how you found it and just some of your memories from that trip, please?
I don't know that you have enough time. I was just going through my pictures this morning, and
Yes.
every time I go through the pictures, it just goes into my spirit. I can't really even explain it. The beauty, the rainbows, the plant life, and the people. I mean, I was a single person. I think I was probably the oldest one on the tour. Everyone was more or less. There was one other single woman, and we became best friends, and we're
Mm,
still in touch. And everyone on the bus was wonderful, and in the tour was wonderful.
Can you, is there anything you can kind of share with us, just a memory with your group or with Brian, the guide, and just something that you still think about now and makes you smile?
I would say Brian was a character. He was ultra professional and also personal. He had wonderful humor, and he was one of us. And I think a lot of us ended the trip missing him.
Mm.
I would say I was just looking at a photo of all of us in the hot springs in one of the pools. We kept taking pictures, and the group kept getting larger and larger and larger till we were all in the pool in the water, smiling at, just just a sense of adventure.
Mm.
And you can't see it when you read an itinerary. That's what I would like to stress.
Yes, yes,
Just
that's true.
the diversity of the adventures, being on the lakes, doing some of the walking. You just can't describe it adequately, I think. Yeah.
Mm, mm. And what about the people, the other travelers on your group? Tell us about them and some of the kind of times you shared with them.
Well, the other woman and I ended up mostly being with 2 or 3 other couples on the trip. And we had wonderful times. We would eat together and walk together. And I'm afraid of heights. So in some of the walks,
Mm,
um, they would watch out for me. It was just a very, I won't say collegial, that's too professional sounding, but it was just a very warm environment when I felt cared for, taken
mm,
care of by Brian, certainly, but even by the other members. And we came from diverse places, but we had some good times together. We shared music and we shared jokes and stories about ourselves. So I got to know people I would never have otherwise met. And I
mm.
loved that. I just loved that.
Yes, yes. I mean, you really do. You really do kind of get to know people, and it's a great way to make friends, isn't it?
Yes, it is an
Mm.
unusual way. Mhm.
Yeah. And is there a place that I know it's hard to pick favorites, but was there a place that, let's say, you really loved on the trip, one particular or a couple of places which you just loved visiting?
When we first left Auckland, we went up to the top of the North Island. That was so beautiful.
Mm,
I really loved that. I loved Christchurch at the very end. Um, we were in St. Joseph, Franz Joseph for
friends.
just a little bit, and it was not such great weather, but somehow I remember that adventure as being a good one. Um, it's really hard for me, and I apologize for that. There were so many memorable places. We had lunch at a beautiful farm that was indescribable is the
Mm,
best way I can say it. The hostess was beautiful. We enjoyed her grounds and her flowers and her dog, and it was
yes, yes.
just
Oh, I think that's Ian and Diana on the way down to Mount
yes,
Cook. Yeah,
yes, yeah.
yeah. And what would you say to anybody planning on traveling to New Zealand or anyone thinking about a tour, thinking about MoaTrek?
So I think some people may have a reluctance about a bus. It was comfortable and wonderful, and almost we looked forward to it. I looked forward to it each morning, even though it was hard to get up so early and bring all of our stuff out. But it was part of the adventure. It just was another beautiful new day. I would say go for it. If you're a single person, go for it because it will work. And if you're a couple, it just don't even think about it. It just was wonderful.
That sounds great. And anything that you'd say to Brian? We'll make sure he gets the message. He'll be getting himself ready for a new season. Anything you'd kind of say to Brian?
I would just say I miss him. He was really uniquely special, and he just you know, it was a job, I suppose. He stepped in at the last minute for our tour guide who got sick. He didn't
Mm,
expect to be there. He was waiting for a new grandbaby, but he was
mm,
so
that's
gracious.
right.
So he stayed with us. I can't say it was, you know, why that was, but we were very grateful to him. He was just terrific and
Yes.
fun.
I think yes, I saw some of the messages from people after that tour, and I think some photographs of the baby were sent around.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, well, look, thank you, Barbara. I really appreciate you. You know, we really appreciate you jumping on the call and sharing your memories and you know the messages that you've had for Brian and anybody else. Any parting words for us down here in New Zealand?
I hope to be back.